Thanksgiving was always a carefully staged production at my mother-in-law Barbara's massive Connecticut home. She adored hosting, bragging about her centerpieces and her famous stuffing like she was auditioning for a Hallmark movie. My husband Mike and I had been married for 6 years, and every holiday with his family felt like a masterclass in passive aggression. His mother and sisters, Sharon and Diane, formed an impenetrable trio, and I was always on the outside looking in. It started with subtle digs, inside jokes, unshared plans, and pointed nostalgia that excluded me entirely. Barbara was a master of the sweet smile insult, the kind that left you doubting your own sanity. And Mike, he told me to ignore it, to stop overreacting. So I did. I bit my tongue. I endured. But that Thanksgiving changed everything. Dinner came and went, and Barbara, basking in her usual self-importance, announced a surprise. Her annual Thanksgiving gift exchange, really just a showcase of her generosity. Designer bags, spa days, expensive whiskey, everyone got something. Everyone except me. When Barbara handed out the last gift, she looked at me with that smug little smile and said, "Oh, we just forgot about you," laughing like it was nothing. Sharon and Diane joined in. And then Mike laughed too. That moment hit me like a slap. Years of quiet humiliation, brushed off and buried, boiled to the surface. But instead of crying or storming out, I smiled. "That's okay," I said. "I didn't forget about you." I pulled out a small wrapped box and handed it to Barbara. Her smile faltered as she unwrapped it, revealing a stack of documents. Confusion turned to panic as she read the first few pages. Sharon and Diane leaned over, scanning the papers, their faces draining of color. Because what I had handed Barbara was proof, carefully compiled, well-documented proof that she had been committing tax fraud, years of underreporting income, hiding money, and dodging the IRS. Her catering business wasn't just struggling, it was criminal. Barbara looked up, speechless. "Where did you get this?" she whispered. I took a sip of wine and said calmly, "I had some time while you were busy forgetting me." Her husband Richard snatched the papers, eyes widening as he read. Sharon and Diane, now panicked, asked the question I hadn't expected. "How did you know to look into this?" Because I hadn't just stumbled upon Barbara's crimes out of spite. I had discovered something deeper. She wasn't just cheating the IRS. She was stealing from her family. Sharon's voice turned sharp. "You told me you couldn't help when I needed money for the house." Diane added, "You said you had nothing when I lost my job." They flipped through the documents again and started seeing it. Withdrawals from Richard's account, fake expense reports, hidden deposits. Richard's face turned from confusion to horror. "Barbara," he said slowly, "you drained my retirement account?" Silence. Then chaos. Sharon shouted. Diane gasped. Mike's face crumpled. And Barbara? She tried to spin it. "You think you didn't benefit from what I've done?" She snapped. That was the final nail. Her daughters turned away in disgust. Mike sat frozen, caught between his mother's lies and the truth unraveling before him. Then the unthinkable happened. Richard collapsed. He clutched his chest and hit the floor. Screams erupted. I called 911 while Mike begged his father to hold on. Paramedics arrived, chaos swirled, and Barbara broke into hysterics, wailing like a grieving widow. But I noticed something. She wasn't holding Richard's hand, not comforting him. She was performing. At the hospital, the silence was unbearable. Sharon finally snapped. "Mom, what were you thinking?" Diane added. "You lied for years." But Barbara, ever the manipulator, turned to Mike, her last hope. "You don't believe I meant to hurt anyone, do you?" And Mike turned to me. "Was this your plan all along?" he asked. Revenge? My heart dropped. After everything, after all the proof, all the betrayal, he still defended her. Barbara's shoulders relaxed. She thought she'd won. But I was done. I stood up. "You let them treat me like I didn't matter for 6 years. And the second I fight back, I'm the villain?" Mike tried to protest, but I cut him off. "Your mother stole from your father and you're still defending her?" He said nothing. So I took off my wedding ring and dropped it into his hand. "I'm leaving." Barbara gasped. "Don't be dramatic." I laughed. "Dramatic? Barbara, I just burned your life to the ground in under an hour." Sharon and Diane didn't stop me. Neither did Richard when he recovered. He filed for divorce. Barbara lost everything, her marriage, her business, her daughter's trust. And Mike? He tried to reach out weeks later, said he finally understood. But I didn't reply. because I wasn't waiting to be chosen anymore. I had already chosen myself.